Hi everyone, we got a chart to look at. It's going to be the last astrology chart for 2017. I almost said 2018. I've been saying 2018 because I've been doing so many 2018 readings, which are going to be available through the end of December if you want to check it out on my website. But here's this new moon, and boy, is this a... It's at 26 degrees. Sun and moon are at 26 degrees of Sagittarius. And that's conjunct the galactic center, and Venus is conjunct, and Saturn is conjunct over here on the other end. We're just on the precipice of a big shift that's going to happen, because we're in the solstice. Is going to be a day or so. When's the solstice? Looks like the solstice is the 21st or 22nd, depending on. Oh, by the way, this is December 18th, 1:30 a.m. Eastern. But I believe for some people, because it's so close to midnight, it might end up being, the day before, would it be? So the times, and even the date may vary on that. This is Eastern time. But right after that, we got the solstice. And then we have Saturn, the 20th. 2 days later, Saturn's at 29 degrees Sagittarius. It's going to make its big leap into Capricorn, which is a big deal. And Saturn's been hovering around that galactic center, hovering. Forcing us to look at things, forcing us to try to look at a higher perspective, forcing us to just take a look at things and not look at things through an old lens. The galactic center's interaction with Saturn has been potentially really revealing, and hopefully really revealing. And a lot of things have been revealed. I mean, there's been, in America, there's sexual predators that are being revealed, and some kind of collusion in politics. That's probably in good portion due to the Jupiter and Scorpio. But it also has to do with that Saturn hitting that galactic center, and that's where the new moon point is. And Saturn's going to come home to roost, I'm hearing. But I think this is going to be super sweet. Okay, so Saturn's been there. It's been like these serious things that we really have to look at and examine, and how we're going to lay new foundations and changes that we want to... Well, Saturn's not a fan of change, but the galactic center is all about what's coming through, the new downloads and everything. So here's this new moon there. We're going to implement these things. Saturn's getting out of the way and letting us do it, and we have the blessings of Venus. So when we have the blessings of Venus in there, that's always going to be good. Venus and Sag is fun. I don't care if whatever it might be in detriment or this or that. I don't know all that stuff anymore. I kind of let that go. I can tell you this: Venus and Sag is fun. Okay, people who have Venus and Sag are fun. They are fun to hang out with. They like to have fun. They like to laugh. They're lighthearted. They're easygoing. So this Venus and Sag is going to, and the new moon there, this is going to bring about that kind of stuff just in time for the holidays. People are, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. That was Jingle Bells. Okay. Or Vive le vent, we used to say en français. Vive le vent, vive le vent, vive le vent d'hiver. But anyways, I don't know why I'm going off on this French stuff. But anyways, this is cool. This is fun. This is cool. This is lighthearted. This is going to give us a little bit of a break already from the dang, heavy energy that we've been in. So heavy. And it's trining Uranus. The new moon trines Uranus conjunct Pallas. So again, it's like there's this big momentum in the galactic center. There's this big momentum. Whoops, I dropped my pen. To move forward. Lighten up. Let go of these... Because Saturn can be, just like these cement chains that you're hanging around. Saturn rules Capricorn, and if you look in the tarot, I'm even going to try to pull that one out, the devil. Because Capricorn, here, I got it handy. It came out pretty quick. The tarot card with Saturn, I don't know if this is it, but it's definitely the card for Capricorn, which rules Saturn. And this is what's coming to mind. It's these balls and chains. It's this heavy energy. It doesn't want to move. It doesn't want to change. So Saturn's making this big change. It's getting out of the way. The galactic center is bringing in this enlightenment for the new day tomorrow, the new dawn that's coming through, the new age of Aquarius. Trine the ruler of Aquarius, Uranus, which is in Aries, Ben, with Pallas. So we're going to fashion the tools. We're going to make it happen. We're going to charge out there and have a good time. Holiday parties are probably going to be a blast this year. Especially, this would be a good time. What day of the week is that? if you were thinking, well, when should I plan my holiday party? Well, that if you haven't planned it already, on or around this new moon would be a really sweet day. It is a Saturday night too. That's it. Done deal, right? No, that's November. Wrong month. Sorry. It's a Monday. Oh well. Wah, wah, wah. It's a Monday, but it's just a good day. It's going to be festive for people who work, 9 to 5 jobs. This is probably like the last week of your work before the holidays. It could be office parties. Those kind of things are going on. So it should be fun-filled. With the Mercury's in Sag too, it's not conjunct. It's pretty wide orb, but it's in there too. So Mercury's definitely in orb with the Venus. They're together here, right? So this is, fun times, talking, laughing, having fun, conversation. So it looks very good, very fun. Now, let's talk a little about our buddy Saturn going to move into Capricorn. I'm looking forward to this. It's going to hit my sun. I have a low degree Capricorn sun at 4 degrees, so it's going to hit my sun pretty quick. I have Mercury also in Capricorn. And it's going to change houses for me because a lot of my house cuts are zeros. So it's making a big move. But I've said all along, and I don't know if it is because I am a Capricorn sun sign at birth, and that therefore maybe I'm more acclimated to Saturn energy, but I've had beautiful things happen with Saturn transits. Saturn's not all doom and gloom and Mr. Bad Guy, and I think Saturn's going to be much more comfortable in its home sign of, I just noticed Lilith is on my sun. See, I don't even pay attention to my own damn chart. Doing people's charts, it's like, oh wow, I got that coming up too. I better, I'm looking at people's charts and, well, you got this big transit coming up. And I go, wait a minute, I have that transit coming up too. But anyways, Saturn's going to be much more at home there. It's more chill. It's chillax, baby. Saturn's going to be chilled out. Noise to the grindstone, doing its work, in its own vibe, in its own energy. And it's just not, Saturn's not like work for work's sake. That's kind of more of a Virgo vibe in a way. Capricorn and Saturn are going somewhere. They want to get somewhere. There's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is what they're showing me, but I'm trying to say light at the end of the tunnel, but they're showing me the rainbow with the little pot of gold and the leprechaun and stuff. So, I wonder if that might have something to do with St. Patty's Day for some of you. By March. That this Saturn and Capricorn can be doing something really good for somebody out there, or maybe a lot of people out there by the time we get to St. Patty's Day, or maybe not. But you know what? I've just heard about this Saturn leaving the gift before it leaves, and I kind of felt like it did that, and then I'm hearing that everywhere. So this is kind of a new concept to me. So if you guys know about this and you want to leave talk about it in the comments, I would like to be interested in hearing what you have to say. But I felt that really strong, and you know how when you come upon something, then you hear it everywhere, then you're getting the confirmation. So I've been getting the confirmation, and I feel like Saturn, and especially because it spent so much time at the Galactic Center, it's like it was picking up wisdom. I think the Galactic Center is a point where you can pick up some wisdom, pick up some downloads, if you're willing. Saturn's not always willing. Saturn sometimes wants to go with the tried and true, but I think Saturn has gotten a little special magical something there. I think that Saturn really picked up a little bit of that higher vibration of the Galactic Center, and this new moon ushering in Saturn's departure. I just feel like this is going to be a great time, and just to break from, again, this heavy energy that we've been in for so long here. Neptune square in the Mercury. Well, Neptune square in the Mercury, that could be, watch what you say. Don't say so. Don't be buzzed at the party and blurt out something stupid, especially when stuff's in Sagittarius, because that's a notorious Sagittarius thing, blurting stuff out. And Neptune, you could be buzzed, but don't let a secret slip. Don't tell a secret. I would not be telling my secrets, to my trusted, quote unquote, trusted friends, that you meet at the office party. We're such good buds. Can I let you in on a little secret? No, stop. Don't. Stop right there. Stop right there. Don't do it. Don't do it. The Mercury is also trining the North Node here and sextiling the South Node. So meetings and people and letters, some people are going to be getting some really cool news. I mean, maybe it's just like a Christmas bonus kind of thing. But I feel like some people could really be getting some cool news. Like, you know, oh, you've got the job, or oh, maybe an email, maybe somebody, because we're in ninth house, Jupiter's realm, you know, maybe somebody, you know, I'm relating Sagittarius to Jupiter, ninth house Jupiter, you know, maybe somebody's in town for the holidays, you know, visiting home, or you're going to go home to visit, and you run into, you know, with Venus, it totally could be old lovers or something too, but if third house Mercury stuff, which Mercury rules the third house, yeah, that could be more friends, or your siblings, or maybe one of your siblings' friends. Or I'm picking up this for sure for somebody, and I went through this because I had a younger brother too. You know, the last time you saw them, they were just these punky little kids, you know, running around, messing with you, you know, or messing with your bike or whatever, you know. And now they're not. They're a grown man, and it's like, whoa, you grown up. You're grown up now. Look what happened. You grew up, you know. So I'm picking up that's definitely going to be a thing for some people out there. Like you're going to go home and. Or so the neighborhood little punky kid that used to bug you or whatever, you know. And all of a sudden, like, oh, what happened here, you know? Or even just somebody who was like, I'm picking up that somebody that you once thought was kind of like a little somebody who was very annoying. All of a sudden, you really like them now, and that could come out in a lot of. It might just be friendships too. It's like, oh, when we lived in the neighborhood together, you were just a little kid, and you're really cool, and we get along. We have so much in common. We'll be friends. Or we'll be lovers, or we'll be something. You know, it's a time of merriment, I'm hearing. It's a time of, you know, connecting with people. So it's very favorable. Now, what's going on with this Jupiter anyway? Still doing the T-square. Hi, buddy. Still doing the big T-square with our nodes here. So the nodes is all about aligning with our correct purpose. And the transiting node, I believe, is too. So, you know, aligning with what we're supposed to be doing. And Jupiter squaring... Squares always are, you know, make things happen and make adjustments. Can make adjustments for us. Bring about opportunities to adjust our course, to adjust our path, that are fun and nice. And, you know, even if it's in Scorpio, which isn't so lighthearted, but Jupiter is always, you know, it's the great benefactor. So fun, cool stuff can be showing up. Miracles can happen. I mean, I'm serious. I know it's the season of miracles, but I'm just feeling like this is just going to be so positive and so powerful. I mean, you know, holiday seasons can go a lot of different ways. You know, you can end up fighting with your family, or like I've told you guys before, a lot of times I get really sad because I really miss my family, and it was all of our birthdays. It was my brother's birthday, my birthday, and the holidays too, and sometimes I get sad. But I think this one... You know, once we get into this vibe, and especially on this new moon, it's going to kind of really kick it off. So if you've been kind of stunk in a funk, or stuck in a funk, to watch that, stuck in a funk, man. This could be just what the doctor ordered to just kickstart and get your ass right out of there and get yourself going into that fun holiday vibe. Okay, Mars has moved into Scorpio. You know, Mars in Scorpio, that can be tempers flaring. But, you know, I didn't notice it right away. And to me, how I notice things when I open it, that's why I never really look at it ahead of time. I look at very little or very, you know, not at all. I didn't look at this one at all. Because I like to let it just affect me. You know, I like to open it and say, go with where this energy is. So the fact that I didn't notice the Mars in Scorpio, I know you won't find that in any astrology book, but in my kind of readings, that means something. And I just think that it's so overshadowed by the joyous nature of this chart. It really looks so joyous. And we can even have this Leo in a wide orb. It's pretty wide, but Ceres is there, so the food, the grain, eat, drink, and be merry, you know, and and we'll have a real good time. What is it? Some song about, at the end, it's we'll have a real good time. Because we'll have a real good time. Or is it even a show? It might even be like the show. Is that the Flintstones? I don't know. But that's what I'm getting. I'm just getting like fun, laughter. You know, the node, that's where we're supposed to be going. This new one's trining it. It's coming from the Galactic Center. The Galactic Center, I would say too, much of the vibe of the Galactic Center is taking the high road. Not getting caught up in all this earthly, you know. It's more taking the high road. It's more, you know, acquiring more knowledge, more understanding, expanding our capacity for forgiveness, for love, for Well, with the Leo, it'd be love too. It's going to be expanding our capacity for many positive things. And the lower vibration, I want to just say it, I feel like the lower vibration doesn't stand a chance with this chart. It just doesn't stand a chance. It looks so favorable and powerful. Lilith has already moved in. Lilith's on my sun too, huh? I'm not sure what to think about that. It's on my sun right away at 4 degrees. I don't know, but the Saturn's going to join it, so we're going to have Saturn, Lilith, and Pluto all in Capricorn. Dun dun dun. No, it doesn't have to be like that, but if you go straight by book interpretations, that's what it is. It's like, oh no, gloom and doom and punishment and sedition. I'm hearing sedition. Now I'm hearing sedition, but in the music of Fiddler on the Roof, tradition. So maybe tradition. Well, Saturn is tradition too, and the holidays are a time of tradition. But that's that, If I Were a Rich Man, I believe. If anybody wants to look it up, I'm not going to look it up right now. Chiron's getting up there. Chiron is squaring this too. Squaring this new moon, but I don't feel ominous about it. I just don't. I don't feel ominous about this chart whatsoever. That can bring up stuff, but again, because it's right on that galactic center and the new moon is there, so the new moon, a new beginning, turn the page, have a new outlook and a new understanding. When I said new outlook, phew, I got chills shot all the way down my legs. So a new outlook, about a lot of things, about your family, about whatever you've been wounding yourself. A lot of this Chiron stuff too, not only is it, the other, oh, they did this to me, and your childhood woundings and all that stuff that it, gets into, but it's something else. And I was gonna, it's our own self stuff. It's our own self, lack of self-worth, our own insecurities. It's our own self-talk that's negative. And maybe it stems from some place like that, a childhood, a psychological injury, or maybe it's a past life too. But what I feel about the galactic center too, it's like brings it into the here and now. And Uranus in Aries brings it into the here and now. Okay? It's like a whirlwind or a portal, and it's just spirals of energy, and the universe is a spiral, and the galaxy, I think, is a spiral too, or I'm not sure, but the spiral, our whole nature stuff is all those spiral things is so prevalent. So this is pretty intense, and it's pretty good, and I just feel like Saturn's saying, so long, I'll get out of the way. And some of the time Saturn may try to block. Saturn could be very much at odds with that galactic center, saying, no, I'm not gonna, I like how things are. I don't want to change. No, I want to be the one in power, have all the power over everybody. But I just feel like Saturn's just like, okay, or like a compromise was reached, or that the galactic center, if you can consider it a force or an energy, kind of got through to Saturn in a way. It's just like, and it's not through butting of heads. It's through Sagittarian 9th house energy, Jupiter energy. It's through having it's lightning, because when you have realizations, it immediately lightens. Did you ever have, like, even if you're not really catching on to what I'm talking about, but a real down-to-earth example is if you've been crying, and you're upset about something, and you're crying and you're crying and you're crying, and then you can kind of, sometimes you just get to a point where you just, you're all cried out, but maybe you're just laughing. You just kind of have a laugh, and not a maniacal laugh. It's not like bipolar. I'm not talking about, but just like, you just kind of have this lighter vibe, this different energy. Like, you can look at it like, how was I so upset by that? Or, oh, I see now that it was this or it was this. Like, just seeing it from another perspective. And that's very much the energy that I get here. It's like the crying is over. Oh boy, my ears ringing big time right now. The crying is over, and Chiron in Pisces could be seen to me as like crying, and the Neptune is definitely crying and being sad and mournful and mourning mourning the past. Well, this is a new day. This is a new beginning. This is the last new moon of the year. It's so close to the solstice point too. And then the solstice is always a new... The solstice is so solemn and holy. You know, that's why they have Yule, and that's why they, you know, made Christmas on that day. Because it's this holy time. Especially in the northern hemisphere. Because it's this... It's dark, and it's quiet, and it's peaceful. It's peaceful, peace on earth, you know. And if you do live in a place where it's snow and you go out, it is so, you know, it's just, to me, it's always been so magical. At night, in like a starlit night or a moonlit night, and it's totally peaceful, and the snow is sparkling. I mean, it would appear that everything's dead. It would appear that nothing's going on, and everything's silent, but yet there's great magic to be had. Ooh, I got chills all on my back on that one. Woo! Woo! Okay, everybody, so I think it's going to be fabulous. I think it's going to be great fun. I feel that this is going to be one of the best holiday seasons in a long time, and this is going to kick it off, and Saturn's getting out of the way just in time. It's a big shift. It's a big shift in energy, and the galactic centers involved. So it's not just the consciousness of the 3D reality. It's the higher consciousness that's being beamed through, or spiraled through, or spiraled down. Maybe I should do it this way, spiral down. Almost looks more like, to me, like a tornado would, though. This reminds me of a tornado, and I'm like, in it, you know, like this would be where the galactic center is, and then it's almost like, and from that perspective, it just kind of, it could almost be like something that you've been flying around with. You've been in your higher mind. You've been in meditation that you can't quite grasp. It's squaring this Neptune energy, like it's sort of just, it's there, but you can't quite pin it down. You can't quite bring it to physical reality. This could be a good Saturn going into Capricorn. Saturn received that knowledge, even if they don't want to necessarily admit that they received it. He might not want to admit it, but he received the knowledge. He got the message. Saturn got the message. Okay. Now he's going to go back home. He's going back home into Capricorn. And let's see, and he's going in right at the solstice. This is something I didn't look up, but I don't think that would be a thing. But if anybody knows that studies patterns out there, does Saturn always enter, change signs around the solstice? I would guess not, just from, I don't have ephemeris here, but I would think that this was a pretty unique thing, that Saturn's going into Capricorn and the sun's coming along with it on the solstice on this magical time. So I would guess that it's a fairly unique thing. If anybody knows and, you know, studies those patterns all the time, please leave it in the comments. Okay, everybody, so have a magical holiday. Oh, let me real quickly, I am doing the year ahead readings. Those are available only till December, through December. I did add a few new t-shirts, astrology related. They're all available in different colors. This one says, I survived my Pluto transit. Of course, you know, you can get it in black and, you know, different colors. And this one says, I survived my Saturn return. Same thing. It's got the Saturn glyph. And so if you know anybody that's going through their Saturn return, you might want to check it out. This is another new one I added, somewhat astrologically. This is a take on a really old design, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And I found a photograph of an old patch. It's usually in a circle, and I just use that as reference. I drew everything new. So if you remember this from back in the day, the yin yang, I added one as a heart. I added one from the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, the frog t-shirt. I know a lot of people are into frogs, so if you know anybody that's into frogs, again, there are many different colors. It's not only the green. And this is another one that I really like. It's a bunch of astrological, but also astronomical. And I like those kind of shirts. These kind of shirts look really cool if you wear like a black jacket over them. You know, like a suit jacket, and those shirts that just have a panel in. I always thought that looked really cool. Or you could get it in black as well. You know, but I think it looks pretty cool. Sort of astrologically related. If you do go to my website, under the art tab, it brings you down. It shows a few of them, but I've added more. But if you click on this main link, it takes you over to Amazon, and then you can see. I've added some other new ones too, but those are just a few that are astrologically oriented. So if you're interested, it always does you know, it helps. It all helps to make the readings free, and I appreciate so much all your support. It is the time of gift giving, so if you don't want to get it for yourself, maybe somebody you know on your shopping list, and it's Amazon Prime, it'll come right to you. But I'm just feeling like it's just going to be a really fun, happy, I'm trying to see if there's something I've overlooked, but I don't really see anything that I've overlooked. There's no hard squares or anything that I'm missing, because it's almost every time I do these readings. I never watch anybody else's until I do mine. That's why I'm also trying to do it early, because I want to get... So then after I do mine, I'll go and watch some of my other favorite astrologers, their take on it. And almost every time there's some big ass... By doing it this way, where I just open it up and go for it, instead of study it ahead of time, I almost always miss some big aspect, like, oh dang, I didn't even talk about that. I totally missed that. But just, let it be what it's going to be. Let whatever comes through come through. And that's just the way I roll with these. That's the way I'm going to keep rolling with them. Okay, so thanks everybody for all your support throughout the year. I know people tip their mailmen and stuff, and if you want to tip me or any of your favorite YouTube astrologers, everybody has donate buttons. That's always appreciated. Thanks for liking, sharing, commenting. I do appreciate you so much for all your support in 2017 and the years prior, and I'm looking forward to much new, fun, and exciting things coming in the new year. And as Saturn goes into Capricorn, have a great holiday season, a great new year, and I'll speak to you in the new year. Until next time. Remember your love and beauty incarnate. Okay, bye.